Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, emotional, spiritual, and coaching related paradigm. We have over 600 of those available for your listening pleasure and hopefully something that's of benefit to you. As someone who works in trauma recovery, today's audio is something that's super important to me, and that is signs of unresolved trauma that may come out in your physical body. Now, trauma is an emotional experience from which one does not believe they have the self resiliency to recover. That's the simplest definition. Obviously, we can go into the science in another audio, but suffice to say, the belief that one is resilient enough to recover from a difficult experience emotionally and mentally, perhaps physically. In other words, if something physically occurred to cause this, but many traumas are psychological in nature and cause breakdowns and outbreaks of often irrational behavior. In any event, when you're dealing with something like this, there are in fact signs within your body and ways that your body responds and reacts. Um, and one of these, which is most common, and people have heard of it before, but is also a psychological reaction that has physical components to it. If you're looking to recover from trauma, I would love to be of assistance to you in my coaching practice. Please feel free to reach out at PO Perception and or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Would love to connect with you in that way. In any event, fight or flight syndrome. So, fight or flight is I either need to run away or I need to fight. I need to defend myself. This psychological phenomenon, which usually is activated by emotional trauma, is something that actually becomes cyclical. That is, the brain creates different neural pathways, allowing us to only feel as though the only options we have available are fight, which is stand our ground and basically metaphorically die on that hill, or fly, which means run the heck away and get away from the conflict. This can cause a bunch of physical symptoms, which is kind of the outlay of the rest of this audio. But if you're constantly in that mode, then it's very hard for your mind, spirit, and being to know when you need to actually protect yourself versus when you're always in that mindset. This will lead you to always be physically tired. Also, physical tiredness along with emotional and mental tiredness kind of go together. So, there will be a level of lethargy related to how you deal with the world. The lethargy will include physical tiredness. This may mean you oversleep. This may mean you get lost in mindless eating, mindless tasks, such as social media or television, video games, or the like, just to block out the world. Physical tiredness may mean you oversleep, but also it may mean you delay and procrastinate away from tasks that actually need to be done, need to be addressed so that you can have the quality of life you truly desire. The next is this will come out as physical pain in your body. Joint aches, headaches, and other forms, which actually headaches is one of the key components I'm going to talk about in a minute, but the idea that you are in physical pain, your joints hurt, your body hurts, everything is stiff, you have difficulty moving, especially if you've sat for a long period of time. This can begin to affect people, obviously, for a myriad of mental disorders, also, obviously, quite a number of physical aspirations and physical ailments. The trouble is when you don't have a documentable, easy for me to say. My words are not working with me today. Anyway, a documented approach to a physical illness, but you still have the physical pain, this is a sign that trauma is stored in your body. If you're constantly in a place of physical tension that's caused by emotional upset, it will come out in your body as physical pain. Therefore, in the end, what you're dealing with is your body creating tension that then releases itself as pain because your emotions aren't balanced, because you don't feel comfortable, safe, or confident. The next is headaches. Obviously, headaches are caused by stress, and stress is caused by the inability to believe that we have control over how to handle certain situations. Now, this can cause a rise in blood pressure. This can cause a amount of tension in the temple, the temporal muscles, and the head, skull, and neck area, which leads to headaches. Chronic headaches for people that are dealing with immediate and consistent upset related to a traumatic experience is very common because they're always thinking about what, or often thinking about what can kind of be going on behind the scenes and worst case scenarios, and often having flashbacks or reliving tragic and traumatic experiences, which causes the head to seize up. Along with that, most often, is stomach upset. Now, this could be something like overeating, undereating, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or any other GI issue. This is because the gut is a sign of our health, both in body, mind, and spirit. So, when we're constantly stressed, we're going to feel it in our gut. Now, some people say that it's about chakras, other people say that's just the way it is. Some people say that there's bacteria, but regardless, if you have unresolved trauma, the chances are that you have issues with your GI tract. The chances that you have issues with how you see the rest of the world, and how you interact with food and nourishment and sustenance and all of those things is very, very high. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.